Hey, all rowdy here. Welcome to another edition of my series on the Elite Dangerous Ship Cockpits in VR. First up for today is Gutamaya, and it is the Imperial Clipper. Alright, so this whole series here is on, in this video, is on the Imperial ships, as you can see, with the first one. We're starting with the largest one, the Imperial Clipper, and as we pan around, the biggest thing you notice about these is that gone is the utilitarian type of ship interiors that you have with all the others that we've looked up to this point. As we look at these, they're very clean lines, as you can see, very futuristic looking as opposed to what we were seeing before. No keyboards in on these ships. Now I'm going to get up here and just do a 360 degree view around the cockpit, and you can see this is a very spacious cockpit. I really do want to get one of these ships. Eventually I will at some point. You can see very spacious, some consoles in the back on either side. You can see also that we have a co-pilot that's right up front with the pilot. Same control setup, so that's very interesting as well. That'll make for an interesting, when we get to multi-piloted crews, that will be ships, I should say. That will be very, very interesting. And as I move around to the back of the pilot's chair and look around to the cockpit a little bit more, again you can see a lot of space, a whole lot of space in this ship. The other interesting thing about it is that the view out the front is very spacious as well. You can see a lot to either side and up above. I think the closest to this would be something like an FDL or something like that. But you do have a lot of view. So we're going to move around to the other side and get kind of a center console view, if you will. I'm going to back up behind the chairs here and behind the console. There's the center of the console there. And you can see the reflections off the textures, which are pretty nice as well. Now I did brighten this up a little bit because it was a little bit dark, so this is brighter than you will see under normal playing. But I did that so you could see some of the detail in the textures. Otherwise it's pretty dark. At least in this video it is. And the blacks are really black, as you can see there on the console. And I pulled out the grays a little bit so we could see some of the texture in the grays. As we look around. Alright, so we're about done with this one. We'll sit down, and next up will be the Imperial Courier. Smaller single-seater. And again, I brightened this up a little bit. This is actually a darker even than the previous video, but brighten it up a little bit. You can see some of the textures as I pull out the grays a little bit. Console to the right there, very interesting. Don't really know what that is, but some more detail. You can see a pretty good view left and right of the pilot and above on the pilot. Now we're going to go down and look below. Again, no views below in these ships, as we did in the Lacon Spaceway ships, as you saw there, but still a pretty good view for the pilot. A lot of detail in this cockpit as a fighter. And we'll get it stand up now. And so if we stand up, I don't think my head will pop up to the top of the canopy all that much. Nope. So you see some detail in the top there. You can still stand up and move around in this cockpit without being too obstructed. In the back here, as you can see, there is a doorway to get to the cockpit from the rest of the ship. Some consoles on either side, and then as we come back around all the way, and you can see just a lot of space. These are really nice, clean ships. I really like them. Interesting to fly as well. A lot of fun. Quite a bit different. We'll come back around. Now we'll move back behind this pilot's chair and get a little bit different view of the back and the front. See, just take a look out the canopy there, and you can see the engines, the front side of them anyway. A little bit of glitchy on the texture there. They'll have to fix at some point so you get really close to it. Alright, and then move back around to the back. You can see the back of the pilot's chair. Really nice view there, as you can see, lots of view space. And we'll come back around. I'm not sure, I don't remember if you see the headless pilot again. I don't remember if I actually went all the way around. I'm trying to move around my own chair. Yep. Alright, so we finish up here, I believe. Actually, no, I'm moving around to the other side. Okay, I'd forgotten about that. It's been a while since I recorded these, actually. So again, we'll take another look out the canopy there, and you see the engines, as I said before. A little bit different view from this side. A little bit glitchy on still on the textures. All right, so another view. A lot of detail at the top of the canopy, handholds, and we'll come back down and sit down. I really like this nice, clean, really clean fighter. Fun to play around with. Alright, so the next one up will be the Imperial Eagle. Again, very similar on the cockpit interior, a little bit smaller to in some respects, but the canopy view is essentially the same, very similar. A little bit more of a view going straight up, about the same amount left and right. So as you're in as a fighter, it makes dogfighting a little bit easier, and you can see the engines out there as well on either side. And go to the left side, take a look at those, that end, and again, for a fighter it's a pretty good size. And I'll stand up and do the 360 view so that you can see the entire thing. Head basically pops up out of the canopy a little bit, coming on this one, much like you do the standard Federal Eagle. A lot of room in the back side of this. There's a lot of room to move to the back. See, that canopy is open all the way back as far as the view goes. And again, this one will come back around a little bit and take a view behind the pilot's chair. Look at the side of the ship, pretty cool. I stayed here, kind of popped my head out. As you can see the canopy out, what would be the canopy glass. I popped it out so you can actually see down the side of it, which is pretty cool. You see the graphics there, the texture is a little bit glitchy when you get up real close to them, so that's something that'll be fixed, I'm sure, when you're able to move around a little bit more, and that becomes standard practice in Elite Dangerous. And come back to the back view again. Lots of window space, lots of canopy space, and come back around to the front. Make it by my chair, which is essentially the same place as the pilot's chair. Again, looking at the other side and down the side of the ship there with the engines. I thought that was pretty cool. Looking out as much as I can. Stretching the cord a little bit, see where it is a little bit glitchy again. Alright, and then again, other side, back of the chair. You can see it is brightened a little bit, so you get that white chair washed out. The shading washed out a little bit because I did have to brighten it up to see some of this other stuff, but it's not, that's not normal, as I said before. Alright, that's it for this one, and the last one up is the Imperial Cutter. Alright, so we look at this one. Again, very clean lines. Pretty good view going up. Left and right view is better, as you can see. Canopy, I'm stretching it just to see all the way around, so pretty good view left and right. Not below you. Kind of tough to see down below. That always makes landings on planets of surface a little bit harder. This is a large ship as well, the Cutter is, and again, multiple seats in here for your crew. I come back around. Pilot is a little bit off center. See the consoles in the back. I think the consoles are very interesting. I wish I could get over there and see them at more close up on this one. Big wide view. And come back around. A lot of detail back there. It'd be interesting to see close up. And unfortunately, my rift doesn't go back that far. Like this is limited by its cable, obviously. And again, we're going to walk around, trying to get my way around that desk chair, since I can't see it. Again, it brightened up a little bit so you can see some of it. Some of the detail back there, and there's normal, it's harder to see that detail, but you can see the console detail a little bit. You might be able to, as you view this video, if you blow it up, see some more of what those consoles might actually be. And as I look around, you can see all the center console there. You can see the console left and right. Conceivably, you could actually put another chair to the right side of the pilot there, you would think. It looks like it's set up to be able to do that at some point. As I look back around again, you can see that, right? So that seems interesting. That's a capability, I guess. And then I'm going to come back around to the other side, take a look from the center console. Step my way around everything else. All right. Again, look at the detail there. I really found this one to be very interesting for all the Imperial ships, one of my favorites. And then again, the center console detail is really cool. Can't wait to have other pilots in there with you, co-pilots. See what kind of console that brings up. Very interesting. Lots of room. See the pilot a little off center. I'm just standing essentially on the center console. That's what you would see. Very cool. Look at that wide view. All right, we're coming up to the end of this one now. As I make my way back to the chair, that will do it for the Imperial ships. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please join me for the next one. I should have that out in another week. Have a great day.